Hi guys, greetings to you all, and you are once again welcome to the Stratford Africa channel. I believe a lot of you are feeling as gutted as I am here, and today we are here to talk about our bottled final. We are all hoping that we are going to win the cup and then cap off our season very fantastically, but unfortunately for us, it didn't happen. And the lads went out there and they let all of us down. They let us all down. And the performance, to some extent, a lot of the players didn't turn up. So we are here today to try and analyze and digest that. That result and that incident has changed all my plans. This video, I didn't plan to do it to try and digest the game and stuff like that. I had planned to do this video celebrating and singing glory Man United and picking the guys up and hoping to use this trophy as a platform to then move on next season and do bigger things. But here I am here feeling all disappointed, frustrated and gutted all over again. You understand? But that being said, it is what it is. In life, it happens. It's part of following this our beautiful game. You win some, then you lose some. So that being said, let's just move on straight to where, like, what is it that we did wrong that made us lose the cup? In my personal opinion, and I believe most of you will agree with me, we lost that cup on the touchline. We really did lose that cup on the touchline. Our manager's naivety and inexperience was just on public display for everybody else to see. Villarreal had no right to win that game, except for the fact that they had an experienced and somehow of a good manager than we do. Even though I'm not saying Unai Emery is absolutely better than Ole, but he exhibited some level of experience yesterday that was lacking from our bench. So in my opinion, we lost that game from the touch line. And the lack of subs is something I still can't understand. We have a manager whose playing career he played mostly as a super sub. And after retiring and becoming a manager of the biggest club in the world, this super sub former player doesn't believe in substitutions. Isn't it weird? See, no matter how the amount of distrust he had in the players on the bench, he had no right to try and use the same set of 11 to play the whole 120 minutes. Who does that? It doesn't make any sense. But by the time we got to 90 minutes, Unai Emery had already made about 4 subs. He had brought on about 4 or 5 players on to try and refresh things up. He didn't come to play, he came to win the cup. If you, from minute 1, he gave us the ball and he went and sat back. You see, then we dominated the game. We dominated, we passed it around very well. We were trying to carve chances, but we just couldn't break them down. And he knew from here that as time goes on, as his players are beginning to tire, there is a chance that they will lose focus or concentration somewhere in the game and make a mistake for us to capitalize on. So he didn't allow that to happen. He kept on refreshing things by what? Bringing on new personnel from time to time to just try and keep the ship right. But what did we do? We kept the same 11 on the field. Even though only tried to tweak the formations a bit here and there. I saw Mason Greenwood leave the wing to play up top with Cavani sometime. And then I also saw Rashford also trying to play up top with Cavani sometime. He even left the 4-2-3 to go and play like a diamond in some portions of the game. So he tweaked the formation, but he didn't tweak the personnel. You understand? You tried a direct Rashford. It wasn't working. So why do you keep on sticking with that option? Why not change and bring in someone like a Donovan De Beek or a Juan Mata or an Ahmad, who is more like a pass it and go, give it and go, get it back sort of a player? And then let's do something else and see what happens. Then he stuck with Rashford. Rashford was playing very outflay yesterday. His game was bad. I've never seen him play that badly. He was forcing to dribble past people, and it wasn't happening. He should have changed his approach, and he didn't. So in my opinion, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Rashford and all of the other players have this on their heads. They are those who made us lose that cup. We lost the cup, as I said earlier on, from the bench, from the touchline. Our manager didn't manage that game very, very well at all. I don't know. He should have brought on some players. Rashford wasn't working. And he lost a very big opportunity. Yesterday was a very big opportunity for him to have won back some people who doubt his winning mentality and his winning ability, to try and come in and believe in his project, so that they all support him. But now that he has bottled this cup final, he's going to lose people who are already on his side, and those who are already against him are going to tighten up their belt more. So next season, he really has to start next season on a high note. A little bit of slip here and there, and then he's going to be under serious pressure. He needed this cup to get the players and the fans to believe in his project. And then he went and he behaved very naively and lost it. You see, you could see him on the touchline. He needed to win this cup. He was doing all he can to try and win the cup. But the fact that he didn't trust his bench well enough, it wasn't right. No matter how much you don't trust them, at least use them. You can't tell me Ahmad or Mata or Van de Beek could have played any less worse than Rashford was playing. You understand? So it was a big opportunity there for him to try and win people back on his side. And as I said earlier, Rashford was bad. I don't know how he managed to last the whole game. Rashford was one of the reasons why we lost that cup. Yesterday, every attack that passed through him broke down. Yesterday was one of the first games I watched from us that our right hand side looked more potent than our left hand side. He was spoiling everything Shaw was trying to do with him. Shaw's overlap, he kept ignoring them and trying to dribble past the Foyt guy, and the guy was just winning the ball off him. And the moment you try that 1, 2, 3 and you don't succeed, the defender has won the ball off you about 3 times. His confidence level is going to grow above you. You understand? So he really needed to change his approach and try some passes and try and calm down. Because of what he was doing, we were giving the ball away from his side more often, and nothing seemed to be working. That was why Villarreal was able to keep their ship like that. There was no way they could have afforded to do. They don't have any right to win that cup. They only had one shot on target. That's the goal they scored. We just allowed them win this cup. We really did. There's no way that game should have gone to penalties. On the 50th to 60th minute area, when we equalized, we were very much in control of the game. So the manager should have changed it and bring in on more different personnel to try and tweak the tactics and stuff like that. But he kept on persisting with the same 11. So as time goes on, fresh players were coming on for Villarreal, and our players' energy levels and their was reducing. So they were getting tired as Villarreal was bringing on more fresh players. So we also needed to freshen things up, and then he didn't do that. And then Rashford also missed a very good chance. The ball that Bruno put him through, even though some people were saying Bruno was suspected to have been offside, but I don't buy that idea. Bruno, he didn't look offside to me. So all Rashford needed to do was put the ball at the back of the net and let the officials do their thing. Let VR come in and look whether Bruno was offside or not. You understand? And then he refused to score that clear-cut chance, and then kept on giving the ball away time and time again. And once again, to our problems, our major problem this season is set-piece defending. You remember what I said in my match preview? I said my worry lies at our set-piece defending structure, and exactly that is what cost us yesterday. And that Gerard Moreno guy, I had said in my preview that he was the goal threat of Villarreal. He has scored loads of goals for them this season, especially in the Europa League. And then boom, he was the one who scored that goal. And Lindelof has been soft. That guy, I don't know what is wrong with him. He's softer than a bread. He's too easy to bully off the ball. You shouldn't have allowed that guy just bypass him like that. So defensively, our set piece problems need sorting in the summer. The coaches, whoever is our defensive coach, needs to sit up. They really need to sit up and try and sort that issue out. So we've lost this cup from bad set piece defending, naive manager, and a misfiring Rashford. That is the three main reasons why we lost that game yesterday. There's no way that game should have even gone to extra time, not even talk of penalties. You understand? So yesterday, the whole game, I think Pogba, Cavani, McTominay and Greenwood were our standout performers. These four guys really played their heart out yesterday. Pogba was in the midfield running it and pinging passes here and there. McTominay was driving forward and winning the ball back and moving the ball forward. Greenwood was also doing a lot on the right wing. But Rashford didn't turn up. Even Bruno yesterday, he wasn't in the game. For large parts of the game, he went missing. I don't know whether Villarreal came to target him and they kept players on him or what. He didn't turn up for the occasion. Lindelof didn't turn up for the occasion. Luke Shaw didn't turn up for the occasion. So the team really has this on their hands. There's no way Villarreal deserve to win that cup, except for their manager's experience and using of subs to freshen things up and keep their ship intact. You understand? So the boys really have to bow their heads in shame. And I think Villarreal, they were like in the second half of extra time, the game was there for them to win it, because United gave up and we didn't do anything to win the game because we were tired. Our players all were knackered. You can't play 120 minutes with somebody who had just come on for about 20 minutes. No, your energy levels can never be the same. So at that time, or even from our bench, they had already decided that this game is going to be decided on a penalty shootout. And we know Spain teams. I fear Spain team when it comes to penalties. They are technically very, very good. They can take penalty kicks well. Look at the way the penalty kicks went. You understand? So I think Villarreal would have been disappointed yesterday not to have won the game in the second half of extra time. That was the only time they looked a decent side, in my opinion. You understand? We really gave them a free pass to their first major trophy in their history. These guys have never played in the final before. We have some experience in our team. They just didn't show up. They just didn't turn up to the occasion. Our lower block issues crop up again. We just couldn't try and break them down. You understand? So in the penalty shootout too, it was a very interesting one. It was one of my best penalty shootouts I have seen. What a penalty shootout! Everybody took his penalty very, very well. When it went to penalty shootout, I told one of my guys that, like, if our first 5 sets of players are able to score, then we will lose the cup, because from then on I don't have confidence in the others to score the penalties. And then they all came and they proved me wrong. The likes of Twanzidi, Fred, Luke Shaw, even Lindelof, everybody scored. And then came David De Gea, who came and from his demeanor, from the outlook, from the way he approached, even his run up to the ball showed that he was going to miss the penalty. The moment he came and stood there and decided to raise his head and look at the Villarreal fans, that was when everything went bad. He should have just left them alone, focus on the ball, keep our concentration on where I'm going to kick the penalty. Then he came and stood there, he was looking around. What are you looking around for? You are on a £375,000 a week contract. You are a very, very experienced goalkeeper, and then you come where it matters most, then you let us down. Even though people are trying to pin all of this on him and blame him for us losing the cup, I disagree with that. De Gea was the least of our problems yesterday. If you had freshened things up and changed the personnel and try and really try to win the game, this game should have even gone to penalties. You understand? And even though he also didn't help by not saving even the single penalty and missing the penalty. I can't for the life of me think why our bench thought you could have won that game on penalties. And then we have a goalkeeper in David De Gea who the last time he saved a penalty is around 2015, 2016 thereabout. You have such a goalkeeper standing in between your posts, and you want a final game to go all the way to the penalty kicks. It was a very bad decision from the bench. But that being said, I think our somehow good season has been mad. You can't go ahead and describe this season as a successful season. But that doesn't mean only out trending is the right thing to do. No, the man has really tried, even though his naivety sometimes is very, very easy to be seen. I think he deserves to be given a backing. Let's let the board give him all the players he needs this summer, and let's see what happens next year. Next year is very crucial for him. If next year ends trophyless again, then I think the more and more people are going to lose faith, because they would have waited for so long. You understand? So let's give him one more year and see what happens. So as I said earlier, the rival fans, especially the Chelsea fans here, they have already enjoyed it and laughed at us. So let's wait and see what happens to them in their Champions League final. So it is what it is. We couldn't win, and then all I have to say is that we go again next year. We win together, we lose together. We are Manchester United. Let's stick to it. Let's stick together and get through this patch. So the ups and downs will come. So this is a very, very down. Let's all stick together, and then hopefully in the near future we get to a cup final, win it, and then you can all celebrate together. So I was planning to have a drink, even possibly pop a champagne on this video, but I couldn't do it. The last didn't deliver, so I will have to suspend the party and keep mourning. So until we meet again next time, please don't be sad, don't be too sad about it. Shake off and then stay strong. There's surely going to be good times ahead. There surely will be good times ahead. So let's stay together and support each other. So until then, have a nice time. Bye bye.